Hi guys, today we're going to do a quick review of this Nars, what is it called? Velvet Matte Skin Tint. The colour that I've got is Light Zero. I've had this for a couple of months but I've barely worn it. And I thought we would do a little wear test. So I'm using this giant beauty blender style thing from Aldi. I just put it underneath the water and seriously, I mean I know they expand but this is insane. The few times that I have worn this, I've been really on the fence about whether or not I like it because from Skin Tint, I kind of thought from Velvet Matte Skin Tint, it was going to be like a tinted moisturiser, but with a more kind of satin or matte. I didn't think it was going to be matte, but a satin or matte finish. And whenever I've applied it, it's been quite cakey, like more high coverage than I expected, and just more. And so today I'm applying it with a beauty blender or sponge, because I think this is probably the way to go with this. I think that it is a little bit too heavy, or can look a little bit too heavy when applied with a brush. I've been trying to work out what the smell is coming from, and I think it's this. It's a very sweet, maybe floral scent. So I'm just going to build it up a little bit. Okay, it's definitely this that's got the scent to it. I'm just going to take a look in the mirror because I'm looking at the viewfinder in my camera right now. It's not ideal. Just to see whether or not that's all blended, and also kind of how I'm feeling about the finish. Overall, the finish is really, really nice. It's a completely different foundation when I apply it that way. When I applied it with the brush, like I say, it was just a little bit too heavy, and I can see why, because even when I've applied it this way with the I want to say beauty blender, but it's not a beauty blender, with the sponge, it still has kind of, I don't know if you can tell, but kind of clung to certain areas, just exaggerated a little bit of dryness that I have here, and then a little bit around my chin as well, where I've been getting rid of breakouts. Now, that is going to be something that puts people off, but at the same time, if you do have a tremendous amount of dryness or your skin is very dehydrated, that's a problem you have regularly, you're probably not going to pick up something that says Velvet Matte, whereas I tend to have quite, it's not oily skin now, but I definitely have a lot of shine if it's left to its own devices. And my skin is kind of in a bit of a shift right now, where I think it's getting drier and it's becoming a little bit dehydrated if I don't drink enough water, which this week I've been very, very diligent, but for some reason. And so I'm kind of in that weird in-between place right now, where I feel like I can maybe speak to both people. This is very nice everywhere else on my face, but it is definitely clinging to those areas. Okay, so I've powdered a little bit. I just have the smallest amount of concealer under here, a little bit around on my chin where I had those breakouts, and really, really looking at it in the mirror, I don't like the way, like it's not, I don't mind if you've got like a tinted moisturiser or something that lets your skin show through, like overall, and so you're just kind of evening out your skin tone. But with this one, it kind of feels like in certain areas it is good coverage, and then there's like redness in such a way that it almost already seems like perhaps it's worn in certain areas. I don't know what it is, I don't know why, but I like the finish. The coverage I'm not 100% on. I think I preferred the coverage when I applied it with a brush. So it's going to be a matter of preference, whether or not you are happy to have to live with or have to work around a slightly heavier finish and the coverage be a little bit more even, or if you want the finish to be really, really nice, but the coverage is not quite there. I think perhaps the perfect thing for this would be to apply this with a brush and then use some kind of setting spray, something that's going to help to blend that and help to kind of bring down that heavy finish. But yeah, that's just kind of my 2 cents so far. I will come back to you later in the day to let you know how I think it's wearing. Okay, it's been about 6 hours. Excuse the noise. It is raining today. It's very grey and dull. So I actually quite like this now. I prefer it once I've started to produce a little bit of oil, which sounds grim, but I do. It kind of has a bit of a glow to it. It looks a bit more natural. It's fairly long wearing, so although I did have a bit of a problem with the fact that the coverage wasn't as even as I wanted it to be, it has lasted in the areas where, you know, as it was, it kind of still is. It's just, there's no mattifying elements. I wouldn't say that it helps me stay matte or helps control the oil in any way, but that's not really something that I'm massively, massively bothered about. Also, can we just talk about this lipstick? This is a, I want to say it's called a satin or a suede. I'll try and remember to link it below. It is from NYX. It's to liquid lip, and it is amazing. I haven't touched this up either. I put this on just before I filmed the last clip, and I have not touched it up because I'm also testing this for something else. And it's amazing, really, really. I mean, I haven't eaten anything major. I had one of those caramel, you know, there's like, it's become a guilty pleasure of mine. You know, there's like little chocolate biscuit wafer bar things. Can't eat enough. In fact, I had two. And I can have Coke. But it's not like I've been eating and drinking like a full meal or anything, but still, 6 hours. It's been more than 6 hours, but 6-ish hours. This is amazing. So yeah, I don't know. Also, this is a Maybelline liquid liner, which I'm not a big fan of. I was testing that out as well, and that happened almost immediately. So within an hour, I was starting to get this wear. Not great. Whereas the foundation is pretty good. It's not worth the money. It's not, you know, for the price of Nars products, I want to be saying something's more than pretty good. And so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but as a product, it's okay. There are definitely other foundations and other BB tinted moisturiser style products that I prefer, and it has been a disappointment because I don't often spend money on higher end base products, and this was like a treat to myself. I think I got it in February, and obviously it didn't wow me initially because I just didn't really reach for it, but I thought I would put it through its paces for a video today, and it's just okay. It's just okay. If you have tried this and love it, please let me know. A bit of balance is always welcome. And if there's any particular foundation or base product, or really any product at all, but I'm thinking foundation specifically, that you would like to see me review, let me know. And better still, if there are two that you would like me to pit against each other, I'll do a wear and compare. So that's it for today's quick video. I hope this has been somewhat useful. I do think that it has lasted pretty well. It's not great for oil control. The coverage wasn't as even as I would like it, but the finish was nice initially, and I would probably give it a 6 out of 10.
Every time I'm going out, the same things keep happening.